Hi, my name is Ida, and today I will teach you how to play Across the Universe by the Beatles on the ukulele. This was requested a while ago, but I have procrastinated. But I'm doing it today because I am self-isolating and it's the perfect time to do stuff that you have procrastinated doing. And one of those things could be learning how to play songs on the ukulele. So I will just get started with all of the chords. We have quite a lot of chords, so I'm going to go through them and teach you how to play all of the chords. Okay, so first we have F major. And to play F major, you need to put your first finger to the first fret, second string, and then your second finger to the second fret, top string. And that's F major. And then we are going to play D minor, and that looks kind of like the F. We keep the first finger in the same spot, and then we take our second finger to the second fret, third string, and our third finger to the top string of the second fret. Next we have a minor, and for this you only need one finger. You can take, for instance, your second finger and put it on the top string of the second fret. That's the A minor. And then we have the G minor 7 chord. And for this, you take your first two fingers, your first and second finger, and you place them on the first and second string of the first fret. And then you take your third finger and you place it on the second fret, third string. The next one is the C. And for this, you take your one finger, you can choose. I think I mostly use the second finger for this, and I place it on the first string, third fret. And that's the C major chord. And then we're going to play the C major 7. And for this, you just scooch your finger over to the first fret. So we keep the same string and we move it to the first fret. Remember that I am not academic professional ukulele player. I have read somewhere on the internet that you're kind of supposed to have one finger per fret, and if you're playing that way, you should probably play the C normal C chord with your third finger, and then the C7 with your first finger, and just shift like that. But it's more fun to just scooch over. So that's what we're doing. C major and C major 7. Yeah. Okay, and then we have a couple of more chords. We have the B flat minor chord, and for this you need to bar your first fret. So you take your first finger and you just press it down on the entire first fret, and then you take your third finger and you put it on the top string of the third fret. Ooh. And it's kind of hard. Bar chords are not nice, but they are also nice because when you know how to play them, you can just, this was very awkward, when you know how to play them, you can just like move them around on the entire ukulele and you can play any chord you want to. But yeah, this is the minor version where the second fret is open. And we are also going to play the B flat major in this song, and when we are playing the bar chords as major chords, we're adding the second finger to the third string of the second fret, or the fret in between the one that we barred and the top one on the other thing. So this is the B flat, and then if we move it, we get the B and so forth. Yeah, nice. But we're not going to use those in this song. We're only going to use the B flat minor and major a bit later in the song. So now we have all of the chords for the verse, and then we're only lacking one. Yeah, 1 for the refrain, and that's also a C chord, and it's the C major 7 sus 4 sus. I don't know how you're supposed to say that in English. In origin we say sus, but sus maybe. Anyway, for this one, it kind of looks like C7, as you remember. That's on the first fret, first string. But for the sus4, we take both of our 2 first fingers and we place them on the 2 bottom strings of the first fret. So it also kind of looks like the G minor 7. So there are quite a lot of chords in this song, but most of them kind of look a little bit like each other. So we have kind of related chords that go nicely together, and they kind of flow naturally when you play them after one another. So that's good. Yay. Okay, so now we have learned all of the chords, and in my cover I used two different methods of playing. I did one plucking pattern and one strumming pattern, if I remember correctly. So now I will play you those playing methods. I will teach you those playing methods. Yeah. So for the first plucking pattern thing, we can just start with the F chord, since that's the first chord in the song. And it sounded like this, I think. Where is my phone? I listened to my own cover to hear how I played it. Yeah. Yes. I was correct. It sounds like this. And to play this particular plucking pattern, you place your fingers on your right hand on their own designated strings. So we have the thumb on the top string, and then we have the first finger on the right hand on the third string, and the second finger on the second string, and the third finger on the first bottom string. So, and we start plucking downwards. So thumb, first, second, third finger, and then we linger a bit on that bottom string. And then we play second, first, second finger. And then we move upwards again for the next beat or next chord. So I don't know if you can see my hand, but thumb, first, second, third, and then second, first, second, thumb. It's kind of hard to do it slowly, so I would recommend just like practicing this over and over until it's kind of automatic in your hand, and then you can just play it without thinking so much about all of the numbers and stuff. But yeah, that's the plucking pattern that I used for the first verse and then the first refrain, and I think I used it again in the end of the song to kind of build tension, start out slowly and softly with like a nice little plucking pattern, and then I did some strumming, and then I ended the song with a nice plucking again. So the strumming pattern that I used, that would sound like this. So for this, I just use my thumb. I just use my thumb when I strum. So I guess that's because I don't want to make too much noise with my ukulele. I don't want to drown out my singing. So I just strum downwards with the thumb. And for this pattern, it's down, down, up, down. You can, of course, use all of your fingers if you want to. You can do whatever you want. But yeah, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. And with the chords for the verse, it will sound like this. And that brings me over to the next section of this tutorial, which is to talk about in which order you play all of the chords. So this song has 3 verses, and they're all the equal length, but they're played a little differently. I think it's easier if we just take the first verse and then we part that in two, and then we get the A part and the B part, and that makes it more kind of easy to understand the rest of the verses. So the A part is the one that ends with across the universe, and then the B part is the one that ends with possessing and caressing me. So the A part goes up in the end, and the B part goes down in the end. And the first verse has the A part first, and then the B part. And the second verse has only the A part, so two across the universes after one another. And then the third verse has the B part first and then the A part. And as you might have guessed, these parts have different chords. So they start the same, but they end differently because the melody line goes differently in those two parts. But we can just focus on the first verse, I think, because that, of course, consists of both of those parts. So you will learn how to play the A part and then the B part, and then you will remember when you play the other verses how to change up the parts and the chords to make it fit the melody. So the first verse with the plucking that I used will sound like this. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. And that's the first verse. And if you know how to play that, you also know how to play the other verses. Only the parts are in a different kind of order. But I hope you understood that. And then we have the refrain. And just to mix it up a bit and show you how the song is played with different kinds of playing methods, I'm going to show you the refrain with the strumming pattern that we used. So the refrain starts with Jai Guru Deva and for this you play the F chord for quite some time. And then we have the C7 sus4 chord when we play the So with the singing it sounds like this. Jai Guru Deva, nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. And we can repeat that. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. Yeah, so the song structure, just to repeat that, goes like this. We have the first verse, which is part A and part B, and I play that with the plucking pattern. And then we have the refrain, which I also played with the plucking pattern the first time. And then we have the second verse, which is only the part A, so both the parts ends with C and C7. And when I did my cover, I played that also with the strumming pattern. And then the refrain again with the strumming pattern. And then we have the last verse, which is part B first. So the part that ends with G minor 7 and the B flat minor. And then the A part, which ends like this. And then the refrain again. And then we have an outro that is just the F chord. And I also play that with the plucking pattern. And that's just Jai Guru Deva repeated as many times as you want. So Jai Guru Deva, Jai Guru Deva. And I actually think I just ended on the F. I think that's kind of nice to just let that kind of fade out and be the end of the song. But I would recommend you listen to my original cover to hear how I played the song with all of the different parts and stuff, and you can play along to practice, and you can adjust the speed if you want to, so you can practice in different kinds of tempos, tempis. Yeah. I really hope this wasn't too confusing. It's been a while since I played the song, and I'm really sorry that I procrastinated so much with making this tutorial, but now I have, and I hope that you liked it. I hope it was helpful, and if you have any questions, just ask in the comments, and I will try to clear up any sort of confusion that I made by being confusing in general. Yeah, can't help myself. It's my personality. Yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you're having a good self-isolation time, and that you're staying healthy and washing your hands and stuff. And if you're watching this after the whole quarantine business is over, then good for you. I still hope you'll have a really nice day, and that you stay healthy and stuff. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and also remember to subscribe to my channel, because I post a lot of ukulele videos. Sometimes they're less confusing than this one, and also remember to listen to my new song when it comes out. I have a new song coming out on the 29th of March, so there will be a link in the description beneath this video, so that you can find the pre-save link and find my music on Spotify and all the other things. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.
They call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside a letterbox. They